What's good, YouTube? Lord Fred here, and we're back for the final part of the free handstand tutorial. Alright, so in the first part we went over the frog stance and going through all the progressions for it. The second part we went over the headstand and all the progressions for this. In the third part we went over wall assisted holds, also wall assisted push-ups. And in this part we're going to go over some tips and guidelines to how to start getting into your free handstand, okay? So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to use the wall to get into your freestand. It's going to be in a tucked or one leg tucked handstand position, okay? And it's going to look like this. So hands down, we're going to walk up the wall just like in the other part, okay? So we're walking up the wall, get ourselves a little close, but not too close. You don't want to tip over. Alright, so this is what you'll do. You're going to take one leg and tuck it down over the back of your head. And the opposite leg, you're going to slide it down into a tucked position, like so. And then release from the wall. And hold. Okay? So this is a really good trick to help you start getting into your freestand without doing so many kick-ups and falling. You'll be able to get into that position a lot easier than starting from the floor and just trying to kick into it. And with this, it's like the other ways. You'll be working on your shoulders, your triceps, and your core, and really starting to understand your center of gravity without making so many mistakes. So you'll be able to get a lot of practice in that position, okay? So that'll be the first part of the position. The second part is the exact same thing, but we're not going to use the wall anymore. So now you're going to start kicking into the same position that I just showed you, okay? But it should be a lot easier because you would have spent time practicing and using the wall to get into this position. So that is what's going to help you learn how it feels and where your legs need to be and where your center needs to be, so you won't just be trying to figure it out from scratch. You would have gotten into that position from using the wall, so when you stop using the wall, you'll understand how it feels, okay? So like everything has a progression, so don't skip the progressions, go through them, and I guarantee it'll help you get to the move a lot quicker, okay? So this is part 2 of the same thing that I just showed you, but we're not going to use the wall. So after you've done the first part, you're going to do the exact same thing. It's going to look like this, but you're going to kick into it. All right? So, one leg off the floor, tuck it over your head, and use the opposite foot and just push in. If you don't make it all the way up, reset, do it again. Something behind me. All right. So, alright, hold. Okay, so if you notice there, I used a little bit of a bent arm technique because when I was learning my handstand, I had lots of problems, as you just seen, with the kick up. I'm not really good with kicking up. I either kick up too less or I kick up too much. I could never really figure it out per se. So I started to use a bent arm technique. I would bend my arms, get my legs over my head, get control of my body a little bit, and then I would finish the rep and get into the handstand. So this is my technique, but I'm teaching you the other way to do it, the proper way to do it, okay? So that's the second part of the first part. So yeah, you'll use the wall, and then after you get done using the wall, you'll come to the floor, and you'll do the exact same position, okay? Just like before, 3 sets always, and you want to aim for 30 to 45 seconds in each position, okay? So once you're finished with the wall, and you're down on the floor, you're practicing your one leg tuck position. The second part is going to be both legs tucked over your head. So now you're just going to take the other leg that is in the tuck position and bring it to your opposite leg and make them even. So you'll come into this position, part one. Okay? Then you'll take your other leg that's tucked and bring it up. Hold. Okay? So just slow steps. Everything has a progression. Take your time with this move. Be patient. It's not going to be as easy as I'm making it look right now. I spent a lot of time and a lot of frustration learning this move, just being honest with you guys. So be patient. And that's why I'm taking you guys through these progressions, so maybe it won't take you as long to figure it out as it did for me. Okay? That's part two. So, part one leg tucked in. Part two, both of your legs are going to be open. Your hips are going to be open. Both of your legs are going to be even, but still tucked. Alright? Part three, you're going into the straddle. Alright? Looks like this. Alright, show you like this. Alright, straddle. Come in. Same as always. Move to tucked. And hold. Okay? That's your straddle. It's the same just like in the other series, but you're just not using the wall. Going from tucked, one leg tucked, both legs tucked, straddle, then you're at the final stage, which is the free handstand, legs closed, okay? Looks like so. Alright, and that's it. So what I want to go over a little bit is just making sure that you understand the importance of the progressions. It will be a lot easier for you if you just take your time and go through those progressions. That's probably the most important thing you should know. So go through the progressions, don't rush, and try to get to the end, because you want to basically practice. You have to practice, okay? If not every day, once every other day, you need to practice. So that's why I put the progressions inside, so that you guys can figure out the level to where you are and where you can get the most practice, okay? You just need to practice volume, volume, volume. That's the only way to learn anything. You have to put in the time and the work and practice, okay? Second thing I want to go over is elbow position, okay? So it's maybe something that you might not learn or might not see from other tutorials. A lot of you guys, when you're going into your handstand or you're in your handstand, you've got your elbows like this, okay? Your elbows are out, and that makes it very, very hard to balance, okay? So I want you guys to not end up in this position when you're trying to hold. I want you to take your elbows and rotate them in. You want to have your elbows not out, facing outwards, but facing inwards, alright, towards your body. It'll help you solidify a nice, stronger base. Your arms will be nice and tight to your body. It'll be a lot easier to balance. If you kick up and you let your elbows get away from you, it's going to be very, very, very hard to try to figure out your center, okay? Because your elbows are not aligned. They're outside of your body, and you're going to have much less control. So if you don't remember anything else, remember progressions, and remember to get your elbows underneath. Rotate them and keep them underneath your body. Nice straight arms as always. If you use the bent arm technique like me, use the bent arm to get control of your body, and then always lock out your elbows and keep them underneath. Okay? So Like I said, I'm not the master of this move. I'm doing calisthenics for about 4 or 5 years. These are just some guidelines and tips that I use to get my free handstand. So you'll find a lot of tutorials online. You can pick and grab the small things that you like from each other person and add it to what you already know. That's all I'm here to do. So I'm not claiming to be an expert on anything. I'm just here to give you a few guidelines from what I went through. Alright? That's my tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you back again for the next video.